How do I introduce you?
Jag Dahan.
Oh, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a 5-minute makeup look for you with cruelty-free makeup. Today I'm here with my friend Jag Dahan. She's the professional makeup artist. She's the beauty queen. Because we both have different skin types, we're going to give you a bonus and we're going to do my skin 5-minute makeup. And then we're going to do Jag's skin. Well, she's going to do it. I'm not going to... Actually, that would be fun if I do yours.
That could be another video.
We're going to do oily skin type because Jag is very passionate about showing you the difference about oily skin and normal to combo skin.
Okay, so step one, we're going to start with the BECCA Backlight Priming Filter Primer. It's a lotion-based primer and it's got... an illuminating sort of effect. I don't recommend for oily skin. This is for like dry skin, normal skin, combo skin. Okay, so a primer, I'll just quickly go over it, has a few different properties. Basically what the purpose of a primer is, it smooths out the surface of the skin so that when you apply your face coverage, whether it's a powder foundation, liquid foundation, it goes on like a smoother application. It also helps with the longevity of the foundation. So if you find that you put your makeup on, whatever face coverage you use, it sometimes can oxidize throughout the day, it looks muddy, it'll rub off on certain areas. So the primer will help keep it on and help it stay fresh all day. And it also just acts as a barrier between your skin and your makeup, so you're not putting the makeup right onto your skin, it's sitting on top of the primer. Okay, the foundation that we're going to be using today, this is step 2, is the Too Faced Born This Way. This is a new one that I just started using. It's cruelty-free. And I'm using a shade that's a few shades darker than Crystal's actual face color, because I'm going to match it to the color of her chest.
So let's talk cruelty-free. So recently I was inspired to just kind of get to know all of the other options for cruelty-free makeup, and Jag kind of helped me along the way to discover that, and I was surprised that a lot of my makeup in my bag was actually cruelty-free. Like they're the big names such as like Anastasia, Beverly Hills, there's BECCA, Tarte, there's so many good ones that are cruelty-free, which is amazing because, you know, anything you can do to
it's just ethically, I think it's a little bit better. I mean, no, I'm not saying by any means that I'm a perfect person, and by me transitioning to cruelty-free makeup, I'm like, you know, I don't...
No, but you choose, and it's like...
And I feel like if there's better alternatives out there, and there's companies that don't animal test, why not support those companies when you have them readily available? So I've slowly, and within the last year, I started slowly transitioning. I'm not using MAC anymore, Makeup Forever. NARS, I just found out recently, is going to start selling in China, which means they're going to start animal testing. You also run into another issue, like Marc Jacobs, I love their mascara, but what I found out recently is that Marc Jacobs themselves don't do animal testing, but Sephora, who owns Marc Jacobs, the name and the company, they do animal testing. So then you have to think, okay, well, do I want to support a company where their parent company that owns them does animal testing? So it's kind of tricky, but I feel like even as a person, if you can make small changes every single day to just help the environment, animals, our planet, you're doing something. It's, you know,
it's better than just being completely ignorant. Yeah. Yes.
So you notice that this like is buffing in really, really well. I actually really love this foundation. This is probably my, can I be honest, it's my first time using it. You'll also notice that I did buff this into Crystal's jawline and a little bit down her neck. You want to make sure that you pay attention to like the sides of your face here and really make sure that you get the product in there so you don't have that foundation line. And you'll see, if Crystal, if you look straight ahead, you can see the difference. So the one side that we did blend and covered everything up. When I applied it sort of like down the side of the nose and then up here. So I applied it in like a triangle kind of a shape as opposed to going like this. The reason why you don't want to do a circle around the under eye area is so that when you take photos and things like that, sometimes you can see that this area here is lighter, and by doing it all around here, you want to brighten all of this skin. So I just lightly blended it in. We'll do the other side now. And sometimes you can also put the product onto your hand and let it heat up so that it blends out a lot better as well. So we blended in both sides of the under eye concealer. Step 4, we're going to set the concealer. So I'm not going to, I could set the rest of her face, but for Crystal I want to keep her having like a dewy look. No, I don't want to make her look too powdery and matte, so I'm not going to set the foundation. I'm just going to leave it the way that it is. And I'm going to use the brush from Royal and Langnickel, and it's called Stippler. And this is actually a vegan brush set, which is kind of cool. I'm using the Ben Nye Neutral Set Colorless Powder. So it's just a translucent powder. There's no color in it. It's very light. And I'm just going to lightly set underneath her eyes with this. We are going to give her some bronzer and like a contour, daytime appropriate contoured look. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush into all 3 of the bottom colors just slightly, and then if you want to turn this way, we're going to apply it just to where the hollow of her cheekbone is, and I'm using very light pressure. This is a step that you can build. Something like whatever step we're on.
Whatever step.
So I'm using the Morphe palette. Morphe recently just confirmed with Cruelty Free Kitty that they are cruelty free, which is awesome because I just recently started using a lot of their products and I actually love them, and I was really sad when it wasn't confirmed that they were, but they just recently came out and said that they are confirmed. I'm using this color here on the bottom. It's like a ashy brown. So today we're using a new product line called Stellar Beauty. It's by Monica Diol. I don't know, for those of you that are in your 30s, you might remember her. She was a host of Electric Circus on Much Music. She actually just recently started this cosmetic line. And again, this would not be appropriate if you have oily skin. Dottie, shut up. Oops, I swear I love animals.
We're cruelty free.
Shut the fuck up. No highlighter is really big right now. I'm gonna can't stress this enough. If you have oily skin like I do, you cannot use a highlighter because, as you know, half an hour after you put your makeup on, the natural oils from your skin give you that dewy, glowy look. Apply it to the top of her cheekbone, just right here, very lightly. And again, this is another product that you can, and I'm swooping it just down into her temple. This is another product that you can build on. So you don't want to look like you have this like strip of highlighter there. It's like a good like Sunday afternoon kind of everyday look too. So I went down the bridge of her nose. I did a little bit on the middle of her forehead, and I'm just doing her Cupid's bow. I really have been loving that look lately when you highlight the Cupid's bow.
This is a present that I got for my birthday. If it will focus. No, it won't focus. Awesome. Well, it's the Glossier birthday balm Dotcom, and it literally tastes like a birthday cake. It's amazing. Now Jay's gonna let me do her makeup.
Just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna start with the primer all over my face. I'm going to use my fingers to apply this. This is the new Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer. So it says it's got a adapting pigment, soft focus effect, and shine control, which is perfect for me. And I'm just putting a little tiny bit, so like a green pea sized amount, and I'm just going to rub it all over my face.
Because the BECCA is like an illuminator?
Yeah, the BECCA one has like an illuminator built in, so I don't need to illuminate my skin more because it's oily. It's a cool brush, eh?
What?
I know.
Is this one?
It's actually, here, you know what, I'll use that. I usually use the Cover FX powder. So I apply this with this really cool brush that I have. I just personally love this one because it buffs it in really well. And you can literally do half your face in 5 seconds. Done. And then I'm going to do my concealer, which is the next step. I'm going to use the NYX HD Concealer. So you can see that I applied it just underneath my eyes. I dotted it there. I did a line down the side of my nose and then just a couple little slashes in here. So I usually let it sit for about at least 30 seconds and then I blend it out. And I'm using this brush. I got it from Glo Minerals from Amanda, who's the sales rep for Glo Minerals. I'm usually not a fan of like double-ended brushes, but this one I actually really like. For those of us that have like an olive undertone to their skin, you'll notice that sometimes the skin around your eyes is a different color. So sometimes I'll take whatever product is left, like the residue, and I'll just kind of sweep it over my eyelid just to sort of neutralize that skin as well. I'm going to use the Kat Von D palette for today. And then the colors that I'm using are these two bottom colors. And I'll apply it. Chiseled jawline like Crystal has naturally, but I'm going to try to mimic. You can take a little bit of this and lightly just follow your jawline. I'm not really dipping in getting more product. I'm just using whatever residue I have left on the brush in all of these areas here, and just really make sure you blend it out properly so it doesn't look like it's like a couple different colors. And I had got a sample of the Tarte Party Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. Where I applied, I don't know if I talked about this when I did Crystal's makeup, but where you're going to apply your blush is do an exaggerated smile and you go like this and just really make it into more of a circle first. Sometimes I do this if I'm in a rush or lazy.
Show us, okay. We're in a rush and lazy.
I use the darkest color out of my contour palette to fill my eyebrows in.
Okay.
I like to bring a little bit more of a brown warmth into my eyebrows.
I'm scared to see what my lashes look like underneath these
extensions.
Extensions, yeah. But I don't miss my mascara. And I don't miss curling my eyelashes. Some of us are just not blessed.
Well, I don't actually, I find that when I wear eye makeup and mascara and curl my lashes a lot, they
break.
Yeah, they do break. And I'm using the NYX Butter Glosses. Love, love, love NYX. All their lip stuff. It's so affordable. And this is called Angel Food Cake.
This looks like a color that I would rock.
I love this color.
Butter gloss.
And they're creamy.
Everything's better with butter.
They're creamy. They have a really nice pigment. I actually use them a lot in my kit on my clients. I love them so much that I actually bought extras of a few of my...
Okay, I'm going to get this.